Good morning, my dear students. Students, I hope you all have understood whatever the topic we have discussed in the previous class. So, here first, I would like to tell you about the portion that we are having for this session because I think you people may know about that CBSE have omitted few of the syllabus for this year. 30% of the syllabus is deleted by CBSE. So now for this year we have revised syllabus in which few of the portion is omitted. So after the explanation of introduction of chemistry, here the second topic which we have to do is atomic and molecular masses. Before that, whatever the topic is given in NCERT book which is omitted, kindly please go through the website for getting new revised syllabus, or if you are not getting it on the website, then kindly please contact me, then I will give you new syllabus. Okay, so let's start with atomic and molecular mass. This atomic and molecular mass also we have studied in class 9. That's why it is very easy for you people to revise it once again. Atomic mass is actually what? Atoms. Here it represents the mass of a single atom. Okay, the mass of an atom of an element is called its atomic mass. And earlier, because scientists they do not having any type of apparatus or instrument, that's why they are measuring the mass of any of element on the basis of some of the element which they have taken as a standard unit. So carbon 12 is taken as the standard unit for measuring the mass of all the element that they people were getting on those days. Okay, like if we will be taking example of watermelon and we are cutting a watermelon into 12 pieces. This watermelon is like carbon and it has 12 pieces. One piece is taken as the 1/12th part of that watermelon. So on the basis of this one only, they were calculating the mass of any of the element. So carbon 12 is taken as the standard unit for calculation of mass of the any of atom. So here one atomic mass unit is equal to 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So when they got hydrogen, here the mass of hydrogen is little bit above than that of one atomic mass unit of carbon unit. Okay, that is 1.6736 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So here to get the accurate mass, we have to divide the mass of the element with the mass of standard unit. Okay, so here we have mass of hydrogen that we got after measuring with the help of carbon 12. It is 1.6736 into 10 to the power minus 24, and 1 AMU unit is what? 1.66. So finally here we got 1.0078 AMU, which is the exact mass of hydrogen nowadays that we people are studying. We know that mass of hydrogen is actually what? 1, because 1.0078, this 0078 we can avoid because here the amount of this one is very less. So that's why we are taking mass of hydrogen is only 1. Okay, nowadays this AMU unit has been replaced by U only. We are writing only U in place of AMU. This is called as atomic mass, mass of a single atom. Now average atomic mass, we also know that there are many of the elements which is present in, means their isotopes are also present in our atmosphere. Like if we are talking about hydrogen, here we have 3 isotopes of hydrogen, that is protium, deuterium and tritium, that also we have studied earlier. Okay, so protium isotopes means what? The one which differ with one another, the element or the atoms of the element which differ with one another on the basis of their atomic mass. It means they all are having same atomic number but their atomic masses are different. Like protium, the mass of protium is 1, mass of deuterium is 2 and mass of tritium is 3, whereas the atomic number of all 3 is 1 only. ठीक है. So here to get the exact mass of all three, because they all are the form of hydrogen only. So how do we give any one mass? Because all the three mass we cannot accept. We need to have one average atomic mass. So how do we calculate the atomic mass of the element which are having isotopes? So here we have given example that we people have to take the average of these isotopes, mass of these isotopes. Like here we have taken example of carbon. In the atmosphere we have three isotopes of carbon also, that is carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. So to get the accurate mass or relative atomic mass of the element which are having their isotopes, first we should know the abundance of this one, means the percentage of these elements in which they are found in the atmosphere. So carbon 12, it is found in 98 percentage, 98.8 percentage in our atmosphere, which is very large amount. Carbon 13, it has the ratio that is 1.1 only, but carbon 14, it is present in very rare amount or very small amount, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10. So first we have to know the abundance in which it is found in the atmosphere. That is given in your books only, because we are not going to get it from the atmosphere directly. So these all data is already given in the book, which is having their isotopes. So to get the relative atomic mass, we have to multiply the percentage in which they are found with their atomic mass. Like carbon 12 is present in 98.89 percentage. So here we have to multiply this 98.89 into 12. Okay. Plus here we are having carbon 13, which is present in 1.108. So 1.108 into 13 we have to take, that is atomic mass. See here the ratio or the number is little bit different because they are just shifting the decimal from one to another place. Okay, next to make it equal, next we are having what? Next we are having carbon 14, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 12. This is the amount in which, or this is the percentage in which it is found. So we have to multiply it with the atomic mass of carbon 14, that is 14.00. So finally on calculating this one, we will get the relative atomic mass, which is 12.011. So that's why here we are taking the mass of carbon is 12 only, because 0.011 can also be avoided easily, isn't it? So with this we can calculate the relative atomic mass of any of the element which are present, whose isotopes are present in the atmosphere, because all the elements do not have their isotopes, but those which is having their isotope, so their masses can be calculated with the help of these datas. Now gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass is what? The atomic mass of an element expressed in the form of gram is called to be as gram atomic mass. It is nothing, only just we have to convert this AMU into gram without changing any of the ratio. Like oxygen is equal to 16 AMU, means mass of oxygen is 16 atomic mass unit. So it can be represented on the basis of gram atomic mass. It can also be represented as 16 gram. Okay. Now molecular mass. Molecular means here we are calculating the mass of the molecules. So molecule is what? Molecule, it may be the combination of two atoms of same element, like H2. It is also taken as molecule. We can also take H2O as a molecule. Okay, molecule of water. So molecule means more atom, means more than two atoms is called to be as molecule. And whenever we are calculating the mass of this one, it is called to be as molecular mass. So here the mass of a molecule is called to be as the molecular mass. Since the mass of molecule is very small, it is expressed relative to the mass of carbon atom, that is carbon 12. Okay, the molecular mass of a substance is the average relative mass of its molecules as compared with an atom of carbon 12 isotope taken as 12. that also we have discussed, that if we need to calculate the molecular mass of any element like CH4, so how do we calculate carbon? The mass of carbon is 12, mass of hydrogen is 1, but here we have 4 atoms of hydrogen. That's why we are multiplying this one into 4. That is 4 plus 12, which is equal to 16U. With this way we can calculate the molecular mass of any of the molecules or compounds. Okay. Next we have gram molecular mass. So here gram molecular mass, again we only need to convert this unit into gram, like molecular mass of H2SO4. How do we calculate the molecular mass of H2SO4? H2 means mass of hydrogen is 1, but here we have 2 atoms of hydrogen. That's why 2 multiply 1, that is 2. Mass of sulfur is 32, plus mass of oxygen is 16, but 4 atoms of oxygen we are having. That's why 16 multiply 4, that is equal to 64. So 64 plus 32 plus 2 is equal to 98. Whenever we are expressing this one in terms of AMU, it is written as U only, 98U. But when we are representing this one in terms of gram, it can be written as 98G. Okay. Now we have formula unit mass. What do you mean by formula unit mass? So this formula unit mass is similar to that of molecular mass, but only the difference between formula molecular mass or formula unit mass with the molecular mass is that in case of formula unit mass we are calculating the mass of the ionic compound, mostly the ionic compound which are having ions on that. Like we can take example of NaCl, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, here sodium is having positive charge and chlorine is having negative charge. It means they are present in their ionic form. But if we need to calculate the mass of glucose like C6H12O6, so here carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they do not have any of the charges on that. So that's why we are simply calculating for glucose, we are calculating the mass of this one, which is called to be as molecular mass. But here if we need to calculate the mass of any of the ionic compound, it is called to be as formula unit mass. But the procedure for calculating the mass of this one is also same, like NaCl. If we are calculating the mass of NaCl, then we have to take the mass of Na, which is sodium, that is 23, plus the mass of chloride or chlorine, that is 35.5. On adding this one we will get 58.5 U. Okay, it is also similar to that of molecular mass only, but the difference between these two is that in formula unit mass we are calculating the mass of the ionic compound, but in molecular mass we are calculating the mass of any of the compound. Okay. Now we are having mole concept. Mole concept is also very important to know. Mole concept is actually what? It is the amount of substance which is present in any of the matter, or amount of particle, number of particle which is present in any of the substance. Like here we can take example, we are giving some unit like 1 dozen. 1 dozen of banana is having 12 banana. Okay, one pair of shoes, it is having 2 shoe, isn't it? So here with the help of this one we have given a unit to those substance. Whenever we are saying 1 dozen, it is easily understood that we are asking for 12. Okay, so if we are talking about 1 mole, here 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, that is called to be as Avogadro's number. So if it is asked what do you mean by Avogadro's number and define Avogadro's number, then you can easily write it is the number of particle present in one atom, that is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, so this much amount of particles is present in any of the atom. It may be present in any of the molecule, it may be present in any of the ions. That's why it is called to be as entities. Okay, so mole concept, it can be defined as the amount of the substance whose mass is equal to gram atomic mass if substance is atomic, or gram molecular mass if the substance is molecular. Okay, so mole concept, it is just a unit. Mole is just a unit to tell us that what amount of or what number of particles is present inside any of the matter when they are present either in the atomic form or in the molecular form or in the ionic form. Okay, so here to calculate, like here if we are talking about 1 mole of oxygen atom means single O. This single O may also contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 oxygen atoms, or if we are talking about oxygen molecule, that is O2, because oxygen always exists in the form of O2 only. So here also the molecular form of oxygen is this one, and it also contain 1 moles, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. If we are talking about any of the molecules, again like ammonia, here the formula of ammonia is NH3. So here also 1 mole of ammonia contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 number of particles. But if we need to calculate separately for all the atoms which is present in ammonia, like 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atom of hydrogen, then we have to multiply this 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 with 4, because 4 atoms are present here. Then we will be getting each one separately. Okay, now 1 moles of chloride ion. So here also chloride ion contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. These all are similar. It may be atom, it may be molecules, it may be ions. Okay. Now mole concept is defined as the amount of the gas which has a volume of 22.4 liter at standard temperature and pressure. Because most of the thing here we are talking about, these are present in the gaseous form. So here whatever the volume they have taken, so because we cannot measure the volume, because we know that gases do not have the fixed volume and shape, that's why the volume which is taken by this one, so for this we have taken the standard unit for this is 22.4 liter. Okay, so 1 mole of oxygen gas has taken 22.4 liter at standard temperature and pressure. That we have given a standard unit, that if we are talking about the 1 mole of oxygen gas, then it would take only 22.4 liter of volume at standard temperature and pressure, where we are not going to change the temperature and pressure, because if we are changing the temperature, the molecules start moving fast and then the volume become increases. If we are increases the pressure, then on increasing the pressure the volume will become decreases. That's why here we have to keep the temperature and pressure constant. That's why here it is called to be a standard temperature and pressure. Okay, so the standard volume which we have taken for calculating any of the gas is 22.4 liter. So on the basis of these mole concept, we are having few numericals. This numerical also we have to do. So first I will tell you one numerical. Like, see what is given in the question. Calculate number of atom in each of the following. Number of atom you have to calculate. Okay, students, here we are having one formula. On the basis of this formula you have to know, if we need to calculate the number of atoms, means how many number of atoms are present in these molecules or atoms or element. So to calculate, because we know that one, here it is given that 0.5 mole atom of nitrogen, but we know that one atom of nitrogen is contain what? One atom of nitrogen contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms, that already we have discussed. So if we need to calculate for 0.5 moles atom, then here we have to take 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 multiply 0.5, then you will get, means half we need to calculate. So half of this one is 3.01 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, second what is asked to calculate, that is 0.2 mole of molecules of nitrogen. 0.2 mole of molecule of nitrogen you have to calculate. Molecule of nitrogen, we know that one molecule of nitrogen is what? Again, one molecule of nitrogen is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. This is the number of particles present in 1 molecules of nitrogen. But if we need to calculate for 0.2 moles of nitrogen, then here again we have to multiply it with 0.2, then we will get that 1.2044 into 10 to the power 23, isn't it? So 1 mole of nitrogen, it is having 2 atoms, nitrogen and nitrogen combined to form 1 molecule. Okay, so 1 mole of nitrogen contains this much. So 1.2046 molecules of nitrogen contain how many atoms? This much is given. So here again we have to multiply it with 2, then we will get the answer. These are all are very simple numericals, because these things already we have done in the class 9th. Last, 32 gram of sulfur contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. 32 gram it is asked. Means one atom of sulfur. One atom of sulfur, because the mass of sulfur is 32. So one atom of sulfur contains this much amount. One atom is equal to 32. So what is asked, that what is the amount of or number of atoms present in 3.2 gram of sulfur. So 3.2 is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 divided by 32 into 3.2, then we will get the answer. Students, if you will be getting any doubt for this numericals, because it would be very difficult to write it down and explain you, because we are giving online lecture, so kindly please contact me. I will make you clear through the phone also, or through messaging, whatever the way you will like, I will make you clear. So kindly please call me if you are not getting these numericals. Okay, for today we have this much only. Rest thing we will discuss in the next class. Thank you so much.